If your child is super stressed out when it comes to GCSE Maths revision, the chances are this is going to make their revision worse quality. So, I want to show you a few tips that I've got over the course of the years of the 12 years of teaching that I've gone through. I've got 5 tips I want to go through. But before we get started, just do me a quick favor. Just hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Just means that you'll see all the rest of my videos that I post. So hopefully you find all these kind of things useful. So if you're too stressed for maths, this is how to keep your nerves under control. So if your stress is high, your revision quality drops. It doesn't matter how motivated you are. A tired, underfueled, overloaded brain cannot learn properly. So the math stress, it's not always about the maths. It can just be how they're looking after themselves. So here's 3 key problems that I see when it comes to this specific problem. The first one is they're not looking after their well-being. The sleep is off, food is rushed, and movement is missing, all that kind of stuff. So I'll give an example for me, for example. So whenever I have a clump of work that I need to do, this is what I do. I sit at my desk for about 8 hours. I don't go to the bathroom. I don't eat. I don't drink. I don't get outside. I don't exercise. Everything gets put on hold until I've got the clump out of my head. That's just me. It does not work for me at all because it makes me feel worse. It makes me feel more anxious. So this, I'm going to take my own advice on this as well. Number 2 is your routines get spoiled. Revision becomes chaotic and everything is completely reactive, not proactive. And stress actually builds silently. So if your child is, say, 50% stressed, the difference between 50 and 51% stressed feels like nothing. 51 to 52 feels like nothing. But when it creeps up to 90, 95% stressed, that's where the damage is going to start being done. So until mass becomes the thing you associate with panic, we need to get that stress under control. So I've got 5 actionable tips for you guys today. And I want you to do me a massive favor. As we're going through these, please don't think to yourself, yeah, that one's not going to work for me. I want you to think, if I had to make it work, if I had to make action one work, how would I go about it? Doesn't mean you have to do it. As a thinking kind of exercise, think about how could I make it work if I had to. So fix your sleep first. Sleep is not optional revision support. It is the revision support. So you're a teenager, well, your child's a teenager, aim for 9 hours. You'll normally end up with 7. So if you are aiming for 8, you might end up with 6. So yeah, over aim, try and oversleep if you can. Okay, same bedtime most nights, phone off 30 minutes before sleep. No sleep, no memory storage. No memory storage is wasted revision. So fix sleep first. Action 2, fuel your brain properly. Your brain runs on food. So if you're skipping meals, if you're only eating sugary things, only drinking energy drinks, that's the stuff you need to avoid because it might be what you're craving, but your body's sending you a signal that you actually need to fuel yourself properly. So instead, have a good breakfast. Get some protein in that breakfast. Get some good quality carbs in. Okay. Have a good drink in the morning. A well-fed brain is going to be a calmer brain, and you're going to be able to think clearly. Okay. So this is just my breakfast. I have this every morning. So just porridge oats, milk, berries, banana, pints of water, something like that is a quality breakfast. Okay, action 3, move your body every day. Stress lives in the body. Movement is a great way to clear it. Doesn't mean you have to go to the gym. Doesn't mean you have to go start lifting weights or go for a run. It just means if there is some form of movement that you enjoy, do that thing. So it could mean you're going for a walk. It could mean you do a bit of light stretching or light exercise. If you love badminton, go and play badminton a couple of times a week. If you like netball, go and do that a couple of times a week. But if you stop doing that during revision, you're going to feel worse. So make sure you keep doing these things. Okay. Action 4, protect your headspace. Every day, try and put your phone down. I spoke to a few students a while back and we just did a quick experiment and I said, pull your phone up and tell me how much time do you spend a day on your phone because you can find that in the settings. And one child said 9 hours and 42 minutes. And I said, okay, how about we start instead of 9 hours on the phone, how about we start with 8 hours? And that'll give us 1 hour extra to do something different. You've still got your fix by being on it for 8 hours, but then this extra hour, you've got that back, your headspace is better, all that kind of stuff. So every day, have a bit of quiet. Put your phone away. No maths, no pressure. Just breathe. Maybe that is going for a walk, or maybe it's just sat in your bedroom, your phone's away, just listening to some music, or you're just staring at the ceiling, whatever it is. Protect your headspace. Make sure you quiet it down. Action 5. This is something that a lot of students do. when it comes to revision, and they don't keep their social life alive. And again, in that same session I mentioned with the students I talked about the phone, I said to them, how often do you speak to your friends? And they said, oh, every day. And I said, how often you speak to them? That's not on the phone, isn't texting, isn't sending them Snapchats. And they said, oh, I only see them at school. That's why. That's probably why we feel so bad. Go and see your friends. It lifts your mood, reduces pressure. I mean, if you want to study at the same time, have a study group on a Thursday night and send your kids around to one of their friends for a couple of hours and they just go and do some maths papers with each other. It's a great way to do that. Oh, actually, I lied. I've got 6 actions for you. Building a calm routine. Having exact revision times would be great. Exact rest times and fun times, all that kind of stuff. Fix sleep routines. If you fix that routine, it's going to set your child's brain up into the right environment. So, as a quick recap, quick final thought, stress does not mean you're working hard. It just means your system needs support with whatever's going on with it. So, look after sleep, look after food, look after movement, headspace, and people. And then maths becomes a bit manageable again. So, hopefully that all makes sense. If you want some help and support on the math side, you're more welcome to book a free revision class. The link is in the description below. Or if you want a free week, you can access all of my live lessons completely for free for a week. You can access all my resources, everything like that. You're more welcome to join it for free for a week. And if you want to stay after that, you're more welcome to. And that's just £59 a month going forwards. Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks to you for watching the video, and I shall see